Boyfriend turning into a landlord. Ew. Hey, Bill, lady listener here. So my boyfriend has recently started to toy around with the idea of investing in property, and it's giving me the ick. Why? I generally do not see landlords as a net positive for society. It's a scummy way to make money, in my opinion. Well, listen. There's good landlords and there's bad landlords. And I think that you looking at this thing in absolutes is, it's a little immature. And also by becoming a landlord could be the landlord that sets the fucking tone. I've had good landlords and I've had shitty ones and I've had okay ones. So it's giving me the ooh, it's giving me the ick. I don't like, early on, I don't like how you're expressing yourself like you're still in junior high, all right? Sorry, I'm coming out of the flu. I'm a little fucking judgmental here. I've never envisioned being with someone whose goal is to essentially sit on their ass and collect money each month from people who actually work and create value in society. I know I'm being hyperbolic. Is that how you say it? I know, but you get the point. No, I don't get the point. You don't have any respect. What you need to do is sit down and talk to landlord. Oh my God, you just opened a can of worms. Hey, to educate, ooh, ick, gag me with the spoon chick here, I want landlords to write in and talk to me about some of your star tenants that you got in there and immediately stopped paying fucking rent and weren't supposed to have a dog and it chewed up all the fucking molding and the drugs that they did in there and the damage that they did and then they just fucking took off and they were deadbeats and you couldn't get anything out. I'm going to tell you something right now. If your argument of being a landlord is a fucking nightmare, it's a fucking nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. That is not a fucking easy job. And the last thing you do is sit on your ass. After a while, if you get a bunch of properties and then you get a property manager, you can take away some of the day-to-day. But this is how it works. You know, when the cat's away, the mice will play, right? So if you have a fucking business, the further you are away from that fucking business, the more people are going to steal and not do their fucking job. It's a very difficult job. And you are turning tenants into heroes that are just working, and landlords are like these fucking bloodsuckers or whatever. And that's just not the case. All right, there's bloodsucking landlords, absolutely, but they're not all like that. Most of them, it's a fucking nightmare. I know some people that have become landlords, and they have one story after another about getting a fucking nightmare tenant in there, and they can't get him out, and the damage that they do, and how the law so protects the tenant over the landlord. Anyway, that said, it generally gives me the ick. She's still talking like this. Thinking about my boyfriend being a landlord and over time growing his portfolio. So much for that I have considered breaking up with him over this. Am I being dramatic, or is this actually a valid reason to break up with someone? Thanks, Bill, and go fuck yourself. No, I think you should 100% break up with this guy. 100% break up with this guy, because you're going to destroy this guy's ability to make this dream come true, because you are so judgmental, and you are also so out of your fucking mind with your idea of the man and the working man, and like just glorifying anybody who's a fucking tenant. You have no idea what you're talking about. And you're not going to support him, and you're going to judge him in a very, like, you know, black and white. I don't know. Like, when I'm reading this sounds like the first draft of like a fucking cartoon about a script, like a Pixar movie about a landlord and a family. And, you know, we need to have conflict. So, you know, they have the landlord and he's evil and he's money grubbing, and these tenants are just good working people. I hate to say this, there's very few good people in the world. Most people are lying pieces of shit that, if given the opportunity, will steal from you, will take advantage from you, and will not take advantage, will not own up to their sense of responsibility. If I ever told you the fucking stories of just me being in this business And the people that I held near and dear and thought they were friends, and they turned the first opportunity they came around, they fucking stole from me. Like you need to live more of a life, and you're also an adult, and you need to learn how to express yourself better than saying it gives me the ick and it gives me the ew, and using a green emoji fucking face. Yeah, you're not a fully. I'm really going hard on you, but it's the truth, because you're not a fully formed adult, and this fucking guy, he's basically gonna start off in a job that is a very difficult fucking job, because most tenants are assholes. Like, most people rent a car and then they just go out and beat the shit out of the car just because it's not their car. Like, that's the kind of respect that they have for other fucking people's property, and they think it's funny. And they don't have any guilt when they do shit like that. They're just fucking assholes. That's how most people are. And now you're going to fucking give them a fucking place to live, all right, that you fixed up and all that. And then they're going to come in there, and because it isn't theirs, they're not going to treat it with respect. And they're going to fuck the whole thing up. And then skip out on the last month's rent so you can't at least use their deposit to fix up some of it. I mean, that's... Okay, and I'm not saying I've had bad landlords. I had a property manager break into my apartment and steal shit out of it while I was on the fucking road. And I confronted him about it. He goes, "What are you going to do about it? I have the power." You know, I've had that experience too. And then I've had great landlords. So you need to break up with your boyfriend, and then you need to go grow up. All right? That's what it is. Okay? It's giving me the icks and the oohs. Oh, God.
All right. Here's the last one here. Accidentally killed girlfriend's cat. Don't know what to do. Got myself into a little bit of a moral dilemma. I'd appreciate some advice. My girlfriend of 7 months has an outdoor cat who was really smart and could always find her way back home. Anyways, you can probably see where this is going. Where I can see where it's going in the title. He said you accidentally killed your girlfriend's cat. I'm driving to her place less than a block away, not really watching the road, and I hit the fucking thing. Died on impact, practically in 2 pieces. Hey, that's all we can all pray for, huh? A quick death. I hit the fucking thing, all right? But my girl had this cat for some 4 years and has a serious emotional attachment. I'm not trying to be the asshole who killed her cat, so I had a couple of sturdy plastic bags in my car, a towel, and a water bottle. Sounds like it just came from the gym in a 7-Eleven. And without getting into the gritty details, within 10 minutes, looked like nothing ever happened. I chucked it into a dumpster a few blocks away. Oh, God. Get a car wash to be extra cautious and drive back to her place. So, it's been 2 weeks and I haven't told her. She's freaking. Posted at least 30 missing cat photos all around the neighborhood and anywhere even remotely nearby. Fucking crying and all of that shit. It's messing with my conscience and our sex life. There you go. There you go, you selfish bastard. I feel like if she knows it's deadzo, she'll be able to move on. But also, with me covering it up for so long, I'd be in a good bit of trouble, so to say the least. Help me out here on what I should do. The SS Coming Clean, that ship sailed. That ship sailed right after you cleaned up the crime scene and threw it in a fucking dumpster. Here's what you do. You don't say a fucking word. You don't say a fucking word. It's over, dude. It's over. You let her cry for 2 fucking weeks and you knew that it's over. And then also you got to ask yourself, am I going to marry this person? All right? Here's the deal. If you're going to marry this person, don't ever fucking tell her. All right? If you don't want to marry this person, you got to do a 2-for-1 here. You have to break up with her and then also tell her that you killed her cat, but not in that order. You tell her that you killed her cat. All right? And then hopefully she'll break up with you. Oh, wait. Do you open with killing her cat? Oh, dude, no, I don't know if this is around the holidays. I think you got to do it. Look, if you want to stay with her, if you love her, are you going to marry this woman? If you're going to marry this woman, don't tell her you killed her cat. If you're not going to marry the woman, then, I don't know. I know there's a lot of people also horrified by this fucking story, but, like, I mean, the cat was dead. What are you supposed to do here? I mean, he should have told her, but, I mean, as far as, like, throwing the thing in the dumpster, I mean, if I die and somebody throws me in a dumpster, I don't give a shit. My biggest concern is how bad I'm going to smell up that parking lot. Other than that, I'm dead. Don't need some fancy fucking box. You know? I don't understand that when people die and they put them in these beautiful fucking caskets. It's like it's a piece of fruit that went bad, you know, and you're putting it on display. Throw it in the fucking trash.
You know, lately, I've been asking some of the ladies to write in, and finally, I haven't even read this yet, but this already seems like gold. This is the in the subject line of this email. It says, "I think the guy I'm dating is a pussy." Hello, Bill. I am a 21-year-old student. I began listening to your podcast recently, and I heard you complaining about how women have not written in a while. And being a woman myself, decided to do so and ask you for advice. Well, God bless you. I live at home with my mom and go to college. I recently found a very nice guy there at college and was really into him. But then I started suspecting something strange. I started suspecting that maybe he was a pussy. At first, I thought it was pretty harmless. But then one night, we had a house party and everyone was pretty drunk. And a friend of mine, who I haven't seen in a while, was there. And when everyone was way, way, way past drunk, she tried to get into a fight with me and eventually pushed me down the wall, then stole my iPhone. And he was there and did nothing. Jesus Christ. I was so scared that I called my ex to come get me, and he did. Wow. You think you're dating a pussy? I mean, that right there. Gee. And he just stood there and let this other guy who used to hook up with you come in riding in on his white horse? Anyways, my ex was more of a man than the guy I was dating. Now, even though the guy I'm dating was drunk, I felt like he should have protected me or done something. Anything. He did nothing. And later he even confessed to me that he was scared of my drunk friend and even scared of me. What the fuck, right? Even though he says this will never happen again, I have enough knowledge to know that people do not usually change like that. You know, that's a really wise... You're really wise for your age. At 21, if you're already not buying into the "I'm going to change," that's you're wise beyond your years. You know, they say that your psychological makeup is done by the time you're 3. So if you see some little toddler standing there while somebody's taking his blocks, that kid's going to be a pussy. Anyway, so should I be upset or give him another chance? Is this a deal breaker? Is there no way to change a guy from a pussy to a real man? Should I just break things off with him? And if so, should I remain friends with him? Thanks, Bill, and I hope you read this. I love you and Nia. Oh, that's nice. All right. This is the deal. No, I don't think... I think that happens. I think it happens way more in movies where somebody has a life-changing moment. And then they just decide, I'm not going to take shit anymore. But even then, that just begins the journey of not being a pussy. You don't just say, I'm not going to be a pussy, and then bam, you're not a pussy anymore. You got to work your way up. It's like if you were 100 pounds overweight and you're like, I'm done. I'm not eating fucking ice cream anymore. The next day, you don't have a six-pack. You know, takes a fucking year or something. You really got to turn it around. So, I don't know. What are you looking for in a guy? I mean, I think the fact that you're writing me and you're saying, I think the guy I'm dating is a pussy, I mean, that actually hurts me on some level. Just because I insert myself into this story and the person I'm dating would be calling me a pussy. Or it could be the ex, I guess. I don't know. This isn't about me. This is about you. Come on, Bill. Stop being selfish. All right. I think you've totally lost respect for this guy. And if you don't respect the person you're with, eventually you're going to blow somebody else, you know, if you don't break up with this guy. That's what I'm predicting. If you don't break up with this guy, you're just going to cheat on him just to facilitate getting out of the relationship because, you know, to get to that LL Cool J moment where you can just be fucking honest. But I don't think you like that. There's something about you knowing that people don't change at your age, and the fact that you like, you know, this guy's a pussy, he's not sticking up for me, and the fact that he didn't stick up for you and then you took charge and say, well, I'm going to fucking call somebody who will. I mean, technically, you should have fucked your ex-boyfriend that night, and he shouldn't have been mad. He should have been like, and he probably wouldn't have been, because he's a pussy. Yeah, you know, I understand. I mean, you know, when you needed a big swinging dick, I mean, God knows it wasn't me. So, yeah. I think if you don't break up with this guy, you're actually fighting nature. All right? And you guys are wired to I know, you guys aren't wired to just have kids with pussies. You know what I mean? You want a strong son, right? You don't want that pussy DNA in your kid, right? Oh, that's going to kill you. Imagine that. You have a kid with this guy, and you want this kid to be like your ex-boyfriend, and it comes out and it's like this fucking little wormy worm guy. It'll be awful. Walking down the aisle to marry this guy with that sheepish, I don't deserve you. I can't. You don't want that. You want this guy to be the man, standing down there in a white tuxedo like fucking Roger Moore and James Bond. I think. Look, I don't know if this just happened and you're really upset. So, you know, and in 3 days you're not going to care and you're going to go back to having a picnic with this guy. Because for all I know, your ex who came coming back, maybe you broke up with him because he cheated on you. Maybe he was too much of a guy, if you know what I mean. So then you said, well, all right, this next time I'm dating a nice guy. So now you dated a nice guy. The thing about is sometimes you date a nice guy, they can be so nice that they're pussies. All right? And look, I'm not sitting here acting like, you know, if I'm out with my girl and some fucking 200-pound, 300-pound, jacked fucking 25-year-old comes up and starts doing shit, then I'm going to start swinging, because I'm not. I'm not getting my fucking head kicked in just for the fuck of it. No. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like just, you know, straight across the board as a guy, you have to fucking go and get your goddamn head kicked in. But this was a fucking woman. This was a lady. I mean, Jesus. It is a weird situation in defense of him where, how do you get the fucking iPhone back? You start wrestling with her, now you're kind of fucking throwing a girl around. So you're looking at that possible assault charge, because God knows that's how the world works right now. Your Honor, I was trying to steal a phone, and this guy assaulted me. And you're going to be sitting there going, she was stealing a phone, and they're not going to be able to get past, you're a guy and she's a girl. But, you know, he should have just held her by the back of her pants so she couldn't leave, and just stayed out of reach of her swinging. That's what you do if you're in that situation as a guy. You just reach down, you grab them by the back of their pants, and you just start running in a circle until cops get there. So they can't swing at you. They're running backwards. I mean, I don't know what you got to fucking do something. And he didn't do anything. That's the big thing. If you told me that this was some giant guy who could kick the shit out of him, I wouldn't say that the guy's a pussy. You know what I mean? I mean, what is the point of going in and getting a concussion, getting your tooth driven up through your fucking nose? The guy's still going to leave with your phone. You know, that's that old Richard Pryor bit. Macho man, I'll take that knife and stick it up your ass. Macho man. It's like, no, you're going to get the shit kicked out of you. But this was a woman. All right, Bill, for fuck's sakes, quit your goddamn rambling. Wrap it up. I think you know what you want to do and you should do it. You are dating a pussy. The fact that when he was sober, he said that he was scared of her and of you. He seems like he's a little verklempt. And I just can't imagine, this is going to be a stereotype, but a guy like that actually putting it on you in the bedroom. I really don't. He probably stares at you in the eye. Am I hurting you?
All right, Clingy Girlfriend. Clingy Girlfriend. Bump, 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 bump. Hey, Bill, as you may have read from the title of this email, I am dealing with a clingy girlfriend. We've been dating for 3 months now and pretty much have only known each other. What? We've been dating for 3 months now and pretty much have only known each other for 3 months now. So it's a pretty new relationship. Okay, so I get it. You didn't work with her, gradually work up the balls. You saw her and you said, bitch, you coming with me? And she was like, oh my God, you're so direct. Anyways, as I've gotten deeper in the relationship, I've started to notice more and more red flags. I'll tell you this right now. If you start noticing more and more red flags 3 months in, I already have my finger on the fucking eject button, personally, this far into your email. Okay. 4. For example, she gets mad and starts crying if I want to go to the gym by myself and not bring her. Oh, fuck this. Over. Fucking over. Or if I don't reply to her text within 5 minutes, she calls me and asks me why I haven't answered. She's even already said, I love you to me. And I actually said it back when we were having sex. Accidentally said, I love you. Only a guy can say that. And now she says it back to me all the time. And I have to say it back because I don't want to break her heart and tell her that I don't feel the same way. Well, you already have. All right. Just give her a 3-month broken heart. Get out, dude. Get out. I've even tried to break up with her like a week ago. Get out. And she started to have a breakdown saying how much she needed me and how she can't live with that. Get out. Get out of here. So I told her that we could just stay together because I felt bad. All right, dude, you've basically already broken up with her. She goes, she also just randomly flat out said that she can see us together forever. I don't know why I'm noticing all these things now, but I'm only 19 years of age. Well, there you go, dude. To be honest, I still... Sorry. What the fuck is going on with my throat here? I screamed too much yesterday. And to be honest, I still want to live the bachelor lifestyle and not be in a relationship. Dude, you know all the answers to your question. Try all the different fish in the sea. Sorry if I sound douchey, but I just really need help here. But I don't know what to do. Thanks, Bill, and come back to... I'm not even going to say the name of the state. This chick's such a psycho. Yeah, dude, this is what I would do. And I'm taking this from Al Madrigal, the great Al Madrigal, who no one knows how to end shit like him. If you listen to any of our live ATC podcast, he worked in his family business, and at your age, 19, he was the hatchet man. He fired adults. And he told me one time the best way to get out of a relationship, okay? And this is for everybody, dude. If you have a woman in your life and you have to break up with her, they are going to drag you through the shit, okay? If you want to expedite the deplaning process, if she has anything over your apartment, get it all together, put it in a box. Call her, say we need to talk. You show up with the box. You hand her the box. You tell her it's fucking over. Right? You let her cry. You fucking leave. Now, if she has keys to your place, you don't even need to ask for them back. You already have changed the locks. If she offers to give you the keys back, you take them. But you never offer the information that you have changed the fucking locks. It's out. It's over. It's done. Dude, rip this Band-Aid off. That's your fucking Christmas gift. And anybody out there right now, male or female, if you're in a relationship you don't want to be in, fucking do it. Do it fucking tonight. Get your box together. Change your fucking locks. End the shit. Your Christmas gift. Don't go to another fucking family event, someone else's family that you don't want to fucking be with. You owe it to yourself. Get the fuck out of it. All right. Messy girlfriend. Hey, Billy-O. I lived with my girlfriend for the past few years and have tried and failed repeatedly to get her to tidy up after herself. She lives like a borderline slob with piles of her shit everywhere on most available surfaces. Instead of putting stuff away after herself, she'll just leave it out for days. Most days I'll come back from work and the bed will be piled high with clothes and the dump contents of handbags, etc. In the evening, very underrated Zeppelin song, by the way. This will often just get moved to the sofa and then in the morning move back to the bed. Every cupboard and drawer is piled full of her shit. I have a couple of small spaces for my belongings. Everywhere else is full of clothes she hasn't worn for months, parentheses, question mark, years. Dozens of handbags, purses she doesn't use, bits of paper, cards she's keeping for who knows what, dozens of beauty products. You get the picture. I do try to keep things tidy at best I can for my own sanity, but it would be nice to have not to have to nag her every so often to just tidy up after herself. If I kept pissing on the toilet seat and she kept telling me how annoying it was, I think she would be right in thinking, what the hell is wrong with this dude? Surely tidying up after yourself is about respect for the other person or people you live with. I know the whole accept me for who I am bullshit and all that, but come on. I was wondering what the lovely Nino's thoughts on this are. Well, I'll tell you this, dude. That's not going to get any better. You sound like you got a small-time hoarder on your hands here. Forget about if you get married and have kids. So you got to ask yourself right now: are you going to marry this person? If you're not, pack up your own box and get the fuck out of there. And already have an apartment ready to go. By the way, you pack up your box, you bring the shit over to the fucking apartment while she's at work. Then you call her. You say, "Listen, we need to talk." And then you get the fuck out of there. You say, "I'm going for a drive." You drive over to your new apartment, and then you call her up from a payphone. And you say, "By the way, when I said I was going for a drive, what I really should have said was, I just moved out. Good luck to you, and let's try and win in Chicago." And you hang up. You go a little Robert Kennedy there, right? It's fucking over. I can tell you right now, dude, I couldn't tolerate that. I couldn't tolerate living with the fucking slob. I fucking hated that when I had guy roommates. I never understood that, like how guys thought it was funny to have like fucking pizza boxes and all this like living like a fucking animal. It's like, guys, we live here. It's fucking gross. So you have to decide if you love this person enough to accept this part of them, or maybe you throw down an ultimatum. Like, if there's no fucking way I'm living my life like this. This is completely unacceptable. You have way too much shit. You need to throw out at least 70% of your shit. Okay? And if she gives you a rough time, and just say, "Listen, you either that shit is going out the door or I am." Are you saying that you're choosing that over me? Yes. Yes, because I'm telling you right now, I am not going to be happy. Are you telling me that you love your fucking bags more than you love me? Just turn that stupid psychology shit right back on them. Get it the fuck out of here. It gets the fuck out, or I get the fuck out.
Let's see here. Hey, Bill. Huge fan. Love your comedy. Hope this won't get too long. It starts with one of my good friends going out with this girl. They went out for about right off the bat, can't you tell where this is going? This story starts with one of my good friends going out with this girl. They went out for about a year or two on and off. Come on, Bill, focus here. Just try to read this smoothly, all right? Let's start over. It starts with one of my good friends going out with this girl. They went out for about a year or two on and off. Still, though, even when they were together, they were never really good, in quotes. Here we go. They fought basically all the time and just didn't seem right for each other. Oh, Jesus. You know where this is going. During the early stages of their relationship, my friend thought I had a thing for her. Oh, Jesus. She is a good-looking girl. She is a good-looking girl, and I was friends with her before they even got together. Dude, you are so justifying what the fuck you either did or are about ready to do. I love it. They weren't really good for each other. Even when they were together, there was something missing. I actually knew her before he did. Here we go. She is a good-looking girl, and I was friends with her before they were even together. I admit I might have inadvertently been a little flirty with her sometimes. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I just flirting there? Dude, you have a future at BP. The next time they pollute an entire gulf of a nation that they're not even citizens of, and they need to bring somebody out to stand behind the podium. Dude, this is fucking great. I might have inadvertently been a little flirty with her. How the fuck do you even do that? How do you inadvertently flirt with somebody? Wow, you really look beautiful in that dress. I'll tell you, if you were my girlfriend, I mean, where the fuck do you go with? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's right. You're not my girlfriend. I'm sorry. I thought you were my girlfriend for a second. What was I thinking? Jesus Christ. I'm so embarrassed. My face turning red. Oh, my God. I was just inadvertently flirting with you right then. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. And he goes, this is what he says. I might have inadvertently been a little flirty with her sometimes, but that shit always happens with a guy and a girl, I think. Dude, the level of guilt just weighing you down as you're trying to justify all of this. Either way, I told him I didn't like her, which was true. Dude, stop lying to yourself. Anyways, it passed. However, I always got this feeling that there was still an undertone that he resented me since then. Yeah, probably because of all the inadvertent flirting and the fact that you were emoting that they weren't right for each other. But anyways, let's fast forward, as he says. Fast forward now. They've been broken up for at least a year and don't talk. She says he randomly texts her. Jesus Christ, I can't even fucking read. She says he randomly texts her, but that she doesn't ever answer him. But regardless of that, now this girl likes me. What? Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. Wait a minute. Anyways, but she actually likes me and basically says she wants to fuck. My voice just cracked in the perfect. Says she wants to fuck. Am I getting excited? I need some more throat coat here. And basically says she wants to fuck. She tells me stuff like she wishes she went out with me instead of him to begin with. Now, I do all right with girls, but I don't have them lining up or anything. So I'm not trying to let a virtual sure thing pass me by. Oh, my God. And this is when it's getting Jerry Springer here. With most guys, I'd feel like they'd not care if I went for it, or at least understand why I did. Do you realize what you're saying? I think most guys wouldn't care if their best friend went out and banged their fucking ex-girlfriend within a year of them going out. I think that they'd understand. So anyways, he goes, I think most guys wouldn't understand, but this buddy of mine is a little nuts. And it's also a situation where he's the type of guy that if he were in my position, he'd do the same thing. Oh, dude, you're just justifying. You don't even need my advice. You're going to do it. My other friend who knows the whole situation says I should, but others I've talked to about it say I shouldn't. The last I talked to her, she said she wanted to hang out. Just me and her, and that I should let her know when I want to. All right, I guess this thing's getting kind of long. I have one question. Do I have any justification in fucking this girl? And two, if I do, would you say I should go through with it? Okay. All right, sir. There's just a ton of shit going on here. Okay, right off the bat, you have to be honest with yourself, all right? You weren't inadvertently flirting with this girl. You actually probably liked this girl before this guy even got with her. Or maybe the fact that the guy, your friend, got with her and he was banging her made you all of a sudden interested in her. See, I don't know you as a person. You could be a very sadistic human being. Actually, I'm going to go on a limb and say you're not, because the fact that you actually give a fuck enough to write me and ask whether you should do this, that means you actually have some sort of guilt about it. So you won't get off on banging your fucking best friend's ex-girlfriend. Dude, there's a lot of shit here that could blow up in your face. Okay? In a perfect world, all right, you're a man and you say, you know what? That's not going to be worth the blowback. It's not going to be worth the fucking damage that I'm going to do. This guy's my best friend. Even though he would do it to me, I'm not going to do it to him. And then I also need to stop being friends with this guy, because anybody who would go out and fuck my ex-girlfriend within a year is not truly a friend. I need to get better friends. But despite all that, I'm still not going to do what the fuck he would have done just because he would have done it to me. And you just walk away from the situation and you go out and you chat up some other fucking broads. That is like, if you want to be knighted someday by one of those fucking broads over there in the castle in England, you know, if you want to go over there with Sir Phil Collins looking on and get knighted, that's what the fuck you do. But if you're going to bang this broad, you've already fucked up. Okay? Fucking your best friend's ex-girlfriend, it's like committing a murder. You want as few people involved as humanly possible. I learned that on an episode of Uninformed when we had a cop come in. And me and my co-host, Joe DeRosa, were saying that, we were trying to come up with how to commit the perfect murder. And I remember said, okay, I'd get me and a buddy of mine. He goes, right there, you fucked up. Right there, you fucked up. He goes, the more people you bring in, the bigger chance you have of getting caught, you know? Because you're not going to rat yourself out, but the other guy, if he gets scared, might go down to the police station and try to cop a plea. All right? That's the same shit with this. If you're going to fuck your best friend's ex-girlfriend, you don't go around and ask other friends going, dude, should I do it? You don't. And you already did. All right? And then the other side of it is, I don't know how the two of these people broke up, but, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And for all you know, this chick might be a fucking psycho. All right? I mean, I think it's a good thing that he's texting her and not the other way around, and that she is not texting him back. Granted, you're taking her word for it, that that's what the situation is. Now, for all you know, it's the reverse. And if it is the reverse, she wants some sort of vengeance, which means she goes out and bangs his best friend. And then, lo and behold, feels guilty the next day and then has to tell him. All right? Just to let you know, that is on the fucking table. If you really want to know whether or not you want to if you want to fucking, I get ahead of myself here. If you want to fuck this girl or not, just go jerk off to her. And after you're done, if you still want to bang her, you want to bang her. And then just fucking man up and deal with the fucking consequences of it. And go out and bang her, because who gives a fuck? Because someday you're going to be 80. And who gives a shit? You know? Or on the other side, if you actually have feelings for this girl, that's a whole, then you should definitely do it. If you actually feel like this girl could be the girl that you're going to spend your life with, then I would definitely say go for it, knowing full well that your friendship with this other guy is going to end. I don't know. So, dude, you know what? It's fucking on you.